Hey, what's good, everybody? What's up? Welcome to another brand new episode of the Backing Out Podcast. I'm your host, K to the C, alongside.
AK Keel back from the Great White North.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Yeah, man, we're both here hosting the show, bringing it to you live. We're going to be reviewing John Wick 4. And we're going to have a special guest on the episode also. JustHuge. You're taking a sip. I was about to leave that to you, but yeah, I saw you like halfway down in your cup. So it's all good. Yeah, we got JustHuge. He's going to be coming on soon. And yes, we're on YouTube Live right now, doing this thing live for you guys. And we're going to be putting this episode out on Tuesday on all streaming services. Akil, how you feeling?
Feeling good. Let's talk about what we've been up to. We're waiting on our guest.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Go first.
I've been playing Final Fantasy Crisis Core Reunion. I like it, but I don't like it. Like, parts of it are repetitive. And you're playing as Zack. He's like the character who Cloud like swag jacks. And you already know at the end, like he steals like
that one.
Cloud steals like his outfit, his sword, his whole personality. He steals from Zack. So I'm playing it, and I'm like, this nigga gonna die anyways at the end. Like, that's my mindset while I'm playing it.
Wrong.
But I'm still playing it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I got a love-hate relationship with that game right now. And there's a lot of grinding.
So this is the updated version like the Final Fantasy remake was, right?
Kind of, sort of. It's an updated version of the PSP game. So it's it's still kind of built in like bite-sized chunks, kind of like a PSP game. So for instance, you'll get missions that'll be sent to you like via email, and then you go to a save point and you could just do those like random missions whenever you want. But those missions allow you to get different equipment that you won't get through the main quest. So you kind of have to do that stuff to get your character of level to fight Sephiroth and all the other characters in the game.
But it's the end of remake. Wasn't that the character who was walking out of somewhere alive?
Survived. Yeah, because I'm playing it right now, and I was like, yo, my Zack is beefed up. So my Zack got to be the one that survived at the end, because, you know, you ain't taking my Zack out. I'm doing this challenge right now. You gotta unalive, because we're on YouTube. We gotta unalive 1,000 soldiers. And they just keep throwing them out. And I've been doing this mission for 30 minutes now.
What the hell is unaliving?
Unaliving means DED. Okay.
Oh, you got okay.
You can't say that word. You can't say certain words on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you gotta unalive. They ain't alive no more. You gotta DED. 1,000 soldiers. And like, it wouldn't be bad if they had like a soldier count where it showed you like how close you were to reach the goal. They ain't got that. And there's also some characters that'll show up and they'll one hit you.
Oh wow.
So like, I was close to it. I thought I was close to it. I was playing for like 40 minutes. I was like, yo, I gotta be close to that 1,000. Dude came up behind me. Stabbed me. I went from level 36 to level 40. And when I died, it reverted me back to level 36.
What?
I cussed so much that night.
The neighbors could hear you.
I felt like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, exactly. Or like that beaver on the mountain.
Yo, man, I never had a game put me in my emotions like that in a while.
Wow.
It got me, though. I was like, yo.
That's good, though.
At the end of the game, this ain't a spoiler, because, you know, the game came out in 1997, the original Final Fantasy, so this ain't a spoiler. He gets like gunned down by like 200 soldiers.
Oh, geez.
So I feel like if my Zack could take out 1,000, 200 that's a cakewalk.
That's a nosebleed for him. That's
then a nosebleed. So
ain't nothing.
my build of that character got to be the one that survived.
Yeah, we know he survives because of the remake game. So that's pretty dope.
In the remake, he's definitely DED in the original.
In the original, yeah. So we'll see what happens. That's pretty dope.
And you know what the foul thing is? That girl Aerith that like Cloud goes after, that's Zack's girlfriend. Homeboy takes his personality, his woman, his sword, takes the man's clothes.
Jeez.
That's next level. That's treachery, right? That's diabolical.
What do you think the underlining theme is between the character switch with Cloud and Zack?
Like, I don't know, like,
why do you think they did that?
Thing, like when he gives him the sword at the end, because I watched it online, he's like, "You are my living legacy." So
and
like
Cloud's like, man, I don't know you.
I took that as my poom poom is your poom poom because that's how Cloud took it.
Okay, I'm thinking about it like the creators of the game. It's like a market an Asian market, and they wanted to go worldwide, so they made him a white blonde character to try to sell more.
He is an Asian man
IP.
blonde hair.
So I think they made him blonde to make him sell more in the West.
Like a K-pop like artist. That's what he looks like.
Cloud?
Yeah, Cloud looks like he's like the next member of BTS. Like if somebody got swapped out in BTS, you put Cloud in there, Cloud would fit in just fine.
But what's the reason to switch them? Like I think it's just to sell more games, honestly.
Well, it was always Cloud from the beginning. Like they put that in the backstory. You find out that because Cloud's whole thing, he's like, yeah, I'm first soldier, blah blah blah, I'm all this and that. Come to find out, he was a lackey. He wasn't even first soldier. Zach was first soldier.
Jeez.
Zach did all these things. Look who's here on CP time.
There we go. There we go.
Joining us in CP time. JustHuge.
My bad for being black.
Being extra black today.
I'm kidding.
JustHuge, what's good?
It's good, man. It's good. I'm chilling, living life, enjoying myself. So yeah, just got done doing something pretty busy. But yeah,
look like you're running.
Nah, I wasn't
came from training.
Nah, I wasn't training, but I do have a windbreaker on, so yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you just finished a Creed montage or something, you know?
Yeah. My fault, y'all.
It's all good.
I'm gonna fight Creed next. I don't
Okay. That should be good, man. I'm just trying to get my setup right.
Oh, you're
nice,
good.
Nice.
You're good. Everybody JustHuge just joined us.
Yeah.
There we go.
We're just talking about what we've been dealing with, what we've been watching, reading, what video game we've been playing type stuff, you know?
Damn.
He's down.
No, dude, it's just my setup.
He's down for the count.
So yeah, I'll go now. I've been playing Resident Evil 4 Remake. I've been live streaming it on K to the Games. This game, I played just a little bit of the original on like Vita or whatever, you know, back in the day. But this one is amazing. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful ride. Like I'm having a great time with it. I'm seeing a lot of things that other video games took from it because this is my first time actually like fully playing through. Like the beginning part with when they're burning Mario, Super Mario. He even has the Mario mustache. But when they're burning Mario, that's just like Bloodborne. That's pretty dope. Where Bloodborne, the beginning when you walk through the town and you're seeing the fire happening. The guy with the guns, he's a lot like they took Destiny has a guy just like that with a hoodie. Yeah. And Destiny took that from Resident Evil, it looks like to me. It's just dope seeing these little things pop. Like the way the action and the momentum moves in this game is different than part 2, which was my favorite, and part 3, which was cool. But it's much different. It's much more action paced. I like that a lot. So I'm really enjoying this game a lot. It's definite recommendation, and I'm highly recommending it. And I'm happy I purchased it. It's a good
bought
purchase.
It for my dad for his birthday, and I never gave
it.
I'm gonna keep it warm for you, Pop.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's rocking with God of War right now, so he's okay, I guess.
So I'm like, you're good. Keep playing God of War.
I feel you.
And then when you're done, we'll do a little.
That's a classic.
We'll do I'm playing Resident Evil 4 on VR right now.
Nice.
Gotcha.
I will say, I forget to turn around.
You're catching in the back of the head, eh?
That's the worst thing about the VR, because you're just you're thinking like, what's ahead? I don't see anything ahead of me, and then you turn around and you see a guy with a chainsaw right in front of you.
That's wild, man.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's wild in VR. I tell you that. You gotta check your blood pressure before you play.
Yeah, is it the original version or the remake that you're playing?
It's the original because the Quest 2 could only handle
Yeah, but I'm sure it looks good enough and everything.
Yeah, it's like a cleaner version of the GameCube version. So I would think along the lines of the PS2 version of the game, but in VR.
Okay.
So it's not too bad. It's just the atmosphere because you're physically in it. It's a completely different experience.
Yeah. Yeah, the VR definitely is a game changer when it comes to immersiveness with the VR, with like seeing scary shit like that, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited to get one day.
Black Friday.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
JustHuge.
The hookup, man. That's the hookup.
What you been dealing with? What you been reading, watching?
Man,
how you been?
So I've been binge watching a couple shows.
Nice.
I watched Childish Gambino's Swarm, or Donald Glover's Swarm.
Yeah.
I told myself I'd watch only like 3 episodes. Binge watched it all night. Dude, like seriously, it was that good. Like I was up till like maybe 4 a.m. just finishing the show, and it's pretty crazy. Yeah. I love most of Donald Glover's work, man. So he's a pretty good director. Also, I've been watching The Wire. I'm finishing Snowfall. And I have like, dude, I'm saying
shambles. I'm in shambles, bro.
I just started season 6 because I'm a little bit behind, but I believe I'm on like episode 4 or something like that. Everyone else is like episode 7 is out or something. I forget. So I'm trying to finish that, and I have my little rotation of shows that I'm watching. But other than that, yeah, dude, I've been trying to like go hard on it on the schoolwork and everything. And in the meantime, I'm having my fun.
Yeah, get your
exactly.
Of course.
Yep.
But yeah,
nice.
That's kind of how I've been lately, man.
So Swarm, what do you think of Swarm?
Dude,
I was in and out with that, and I got to finish it.
So, in my opinion, I honestly believe it's one of the best shows out right now, man. It's one of the best shows of the year. Glover, he had his little rotation of directors and writers that he that he wanted to put in this show, and I think they did the best job possible. Like, you can't really beat it. I like murder mysteries.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest fan of crazy people and like Dexter type murderers, but I like the fact that they really did subvert the genre, and they created a character that's unreliable, that also engages in this type of like celebrity worship.
Yeah.
And it's this obsession that eats her apart. And I love that, dude. I freaking love that. And it's something that can actually like really happen in real life. Like, there are people that are so obsessed with celebrities and the idea of them that, it's detrimental to their health. And I think the idea that they kind of touched on that in a comedic but also very like serious and dramatic way. Donald Glover, he's a master at that. Like, he seriously is a master at it.
Yeah, I think
Dom, in tune with what's going on in the world and the whole, I guess, Beehive world, because there's some things I was watching through, I wasn't paying attention, then I went back and I watched the video that was breaking stuff down, and a lot of things from Swarm are pulling from real life events.
Absolutely.
With Beyonce fans, like there was a Beyonce fan that unalived herself after Lemonade. Sanaa Lathan is allegedly an actress that bit Beyonce. That's a big subject in Swarm.
You're kidding.
The Beyonce character getting bit.
Insane.
Because after that scene in the episode, there's like some guys outside and they're like, "Ain't that the chick from Love and Basketball?" I was like, "Damn, this show is meta."
Yeah, it really is. It's self-aware. It's self-aware as hell, man. And it does pull from some of the stuff that's happened in real life, because you've seen, the people that went on stage at her concerts. And like that's a crazy thing to do as like a fan. And it shows like they really do take it to like the greatest lengths. Like with me, I love artists. I feel like my relationship with entertainers, all that stuff, it's transactional. For a lot of people, it's an obsession that it's like a lifestyle. And dude, like, to be that far into someone else's life that doesn't know you, to me, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing, but it's real. And I like that, the show in itself is kind of surreal, but it also flips into reality as well. So it's funny. I thought it was funny, but I like it. I really do.
Yeah, Dominique Fishback, she did a absolutely amazing job from what I've seen on that. And it was heartbreaking, like watching her continuously fall into the swarm of her messed up head. You know what I mean? Like, come on, get out of it. And she fools me where I'm like, oh, okay, she's all right. And then, oh man, and it just breaks my heart.
What's crazy is like, she's such a good actor, bro. Like, she's able to play someone like who's crazy and you actually believe it. And like her character, I think her character's name is Dre. Yeah, it's Dre. Like, she's so serious but unserious at the same time. Like, she's an unreliable narrator, she believes the things that she says. So a lot of the things that happen in the show, we don't know if they actually happened. We have no clue. Like the ending, I don't know if you guys saw the finale. Like all that stuff could have been fabricated in her head.
Yeah, that's in her mind because the previous episode, like she went to jail, but in her mind, she like went into the car, and it's like the Joker. It's a character study.
I'm saying, yeah, and I talked about that Joker. There's that scene where he invites that girl to the comedy show. It's Zazie Beetz character, and basically, she doesn't really know him like that, but he fabricates this whole interaction where she's, he invites her, and then she somehow knows him by name. They've never met. They've never
exactly.
Like it's hi and bye, and that's it. But like he fabricated that, and then Joker was able to basically show us that this never actually happened. It was just all up here, and I love that they kind of flipped that and put it in the show. I like that format. I really did enjoy it.
Yeah, so let's get into somebody that we thought we knew, and it seems like we might not have known. Yep. This is but broke yesterday. It seems like Jonathan Majors has been in kind of a situation. Akil, you want to elaborate on this some more?
Why you putting this on me?
Oh, sorry. I thought I was speaking a little too much. So I was like, let me let you talk.
The news guy. Go ahead, JustHuge.
Yeah, I'll go first, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
We don't know celebrities, and we
Yep.
we weren't there, and then we also don't know the situation that he's going through. We weren't there. Police were there. They saw the end of the altercation. They saw lacerations on his alleged, I think it was his girlfriend or his wife. They saw lacerations on her skin, all that stuff. So there's some valid evidence. There's conclusive evidence that shows he may have done this. But we do have to wait until the evidence comes out.
Yeah.
And I understand that. But it's also, as an actor and as a person in the public figure, you have to clear your name. And that's I feel like that's a part of you just being a good human being. Like you should come out and talk about it and say something. You can't lay MIA. You can't do that. And to me, it makes him look guilty. It honestly does make him look guilty. And if he is guilty, he's a shit person, and he needs to get taken down. That's just my opinion.
I think it's too soon for us to pass judgment because not even he hasn't even released a statement yet, which we probably won't hear anything until tomorrow.
For sure.
Say we gotta stop worshiping these celebrities and realize that they're human
100
and that they make mistakes just like us.
Facts.
Yeah.
We need to stop putting people on pedestals because things happen. So let's wait for all the the facts and information to come out. But I will say he will not get the Ezra Miller treatment.
Definitely not.
He's not getting because Ezra Miller's movie coming out. Ezra Miller got Funkos,
multi-million-dollar movie. He probably got a little bonus structure in his salary. So the situation with him, the situation with Ezra, they had multiple, occasions where they had messed up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's a lot of second chances. We know this. We know as black dudes, there is no second chance.
Nope, it's a wrap.
You either clear your name or you don't. So
damn you, Rock Nation.
Dude.
Sorry, I had to get that out. Rock Nation is at it again. God damn you, Rock Nation. Taking down another black man.
Nah, but we could look at this as if it's this big conspiracy, or we could really look at the facts.
Yeah.
And just wait for those to come out. And I think that's more important than anything. That's just me. Me. So
a lot of people have been putting tweets out and saying things like 2 directors have shared allegations of John Majors' alleged past abuser behavior following the actor's arrest. They've been saying there's a lot of people that are throwing out things that are saying he's been a prick. He's been doing things like this. This is not the first time, so it's
confusing.
It's shocking. It's surprising.
Really is confusing. And I think, why did you not tell us this to begin with?
Exactly.
We're out here applauding an actor. For 5 years, I've known some of his work. I paid attention to him just because he really is a good actor. He really is. But we don't know who he is in person. You know him because you work with him on set. You're engaging with him like in real life, in real time. So it's upsetting, man. When I heard it, I was like, damn it. Man. Really? Like you of all people, generational talent, you could have been the biggest thing in the world. Like you were on to, be an Oscar award nominated films, but now that all that's down the drain, it's not happening. It's literally not happening. And it's if he made choices that were bad, he should pay for them. And I think we do have to acknowledge that if he did do it, there's a victim. And we shouldn't downplay what the victim's been through. Now, of course,
his lawyer was saying that there's no evidence and that he's going to be found not guilty. So it's going to come down to camera footage. It was in New York, so you have cameras everywhere. He was at a bar. Allegedly, his girlfriend wanted to see his phone.
He cheated, apparently.
So we will see. We'll wait for this to develop before we pass judgment. But I will say, I picked up a porn toy marked down for $7. It was $24.99 to $7.99. I snatched it at Target. So.
I'm done.
While the stocks are low, you bought in, huh? Hey, smart. What t-shirt is that you're wearing right now?
That's hilarious, man.
I'm being problematic.
And here's my thing about him, man. Like, people are talking about how, like, Kang, what's gonna happen in the MCU? Like, what's gonna happen with this and that? And
who cares? It's the movie.
Yeah, who cares? It's just a movie. They replace actors all the time. Like, it is what it is. Like, they just need to get this settled out as soon as possible. And if whatever happened, whatever issues occurred, let's let the law figure it out.
Yeah, if he really choked out a woman, let's make sure she's okay. Like, how's she doing? How is she doing?
Let alone a white woman, bro.
There's video footage of Ezra Miller choking out a woman.
That's lock Ezra up.
Didn't she ask him to do that? That's a whole different thing. She asked him to do that. Hey, what's up?
Hey,
I love it. That's what's up.
Black Girl Nerds. I love the little channel. I vibe with it.
I do
vibe with the channel.
Yes, sir.
We got video evidence of Ezra just choking. They made it into a meme, and he got a Funko that just came out. Got a Funko. He getting royalty checks from the movie. He's gonna do well. He got Todd McFarlane action figures.
It's two different situations.
It's not. It's black and white.
She, I swear in the video, she was like, choke me. He's like, what? She asked him to choke her.
Here's my thing, man. Here's my thing. You know how crazy it is to, like, point the finger at someone else when you've also done something crazy as hell?
Yeah, exactly. Like let's deal with this one thing right now.
Yeah, like, that's the crazy thing. We're not talking about that person right here. We're talking about you.
Yeah.
And we're also talking about someone that we engage with in the the community and stuff. The people that
we championed it. We champion this guy. He's like the next big black actor, and it's like, man.
People were calling him the next Denzel, this and that. Like, that's a big role to have in Hollywood. Exactly. So, like, you have to conduct yourself with dignity. And for you to be this, like, virtue signaling, like, image, you have this image that's kind of virtue signals. It's upsetting, man. It really is, because you really do love his work and you love all that he's done. So it's. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I honestly don't know what to think.
I will say, if I'm in his position and everything comes out clear that I'm I'm innocent and everything, I'm avoiding white women like the plague. Boy.
Oh, God.
Get away from me. Get away from me, Margot Robbie.
Because you know how crazy it sounds for a black man to strangle a white woman?
Woo!
Like, that's some crazy shit. In my opinion, like, you got to answer to that. You got to respond. You got to say something. You can't just be out here, like, doing nothing about it. Like, that's a crazy allegation to have.
But the thing is, like, why do we treat it like apples and oranges? Like, you could abuse a black woman or a woman of color, and it's just frowned upon. But you do it to a white woman, there's two things you can't abuse: white women and animals.
Facts.
Two things you can do. But you could beat up a black woman. You could
no.
people in Hawaii. You can do all types
it's a problem in our society, man. We as black people need to hold people to a certain account. Yeah, as all these other cultures do. We all just, oh shit, that's funny. Just jokes and then forget about it. We need to stay laser focused on issues and not jump to. But Idris Miller, we need to just be like, yo, this is wrong. Let's handle this situation so that it doesn't happen again. So this stuff is not happening like this. So yeah, it's an issue. I like what Black Girl Nerd said here. The situation is so messy. As someone said before, let's normalize waiting to hear all of the details and facts before we pass judgment.
Agreed.
I don't know. Chris Brown got away on Scarsh. That's another interesting thing she said.
I agree with that because I feel like
I think Chris Brown's career is kind of done. Like in comparison to where he was 10. He was like the next Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
But now he's like an indie artist who has a good fan base. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, there's so many situations, man. And black men, we typically do this thing where like we think that the world is against us all the time, especially black women. And I think Cosby is a perfect example of this. Like when Cosby got accused of sexual assault, like people were like, oh, there's no way that he did this. Like he's a good man in the media. Like he has a polished image. But when you really look behind the scenes and talk about the people that connected with him, they also confirm this. Like they also confirm that.
It's unfortunate.
Exactly. Like Hannibal, the comedian, he basically confirmed that Cosby had been drugging women for decades, like years, and that he was just insane. A hateful and sociopathic person. So like we have to pay attention to the people that actually know them, and then go based off that, but also off the evidence too. So it's tough, man. It is what it is, but
exactly.
I don't know.
He was trying to buy UPN, okay?
Exactly. Oh yeah, he was trying to buy
BET.
He's trying to buy BET. He's trying to buy BET.
Let's get into this review, guys. You guys ready to do this?
For sure.
Yes, sir. Akil, how you feeling? You ready?
I'm good. I saw John Wick yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
It was a long movie. So
I saw Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw Thursday night. Dude,
what did y'all think?
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go first. I haven't enjoyed the action movie to this extent.
I agree.
It's the first time I watched Blade.
Nice.
First time I watched Blade with the club.
I like that.
Scene,
okay.
Fight, everything. This to me is on par with me at being 10 or 12 or whatever I was, seeing Blade for the first time, and the excitement that I got watching that was the same level of excitement I had watching John Wick. Yeah, it was long, but the pacing was great. Keanu Reeves can't act. I'm not even going to sugarcoat.
Are you serious?
We all knew this. We all knew this from the get-go, though. This was his thing. That's his niche.
You're right.
We're here for the adventure. And it was a great adventure. Cinematography. This, to me, has the essence of a 90s action film, but with modern-day fight choreography and modern-day cinematography. So it's like an updated version of what we've seen in the past.
Updated action.
Correct.
My bad, I was interrupting
you. No, go ahead.
So like, to me, it's the best movie to come out since maybe like, because like the Mission Impossible movies, something like that, man. Because like the action, it's real. All that stuff is like real. It looks real. And Keanu, man, like he did 90% of those stunts. So like the stunt coordination, all that stuff, he has a real tight, close relationship with Chad Stahelski. And, he kind of fostered that growth in him as an actor and as, stunt man. So like all that stuff, man, like it upped the ante from the previous sequels, man. Like all that stuff it gets better every time. It really does.
Can he be made for us in Marvel? Could Marvel hire this guy?
Absolutely.
Could Marvel hire this guy? Stop being cheap.
But here's the thing, man. Like Chad Stahelski he's not one of those directors that will follow orders. Like he seemed like one of those dudes that will just kind of do his own thing, and he wants to be in control of like the creative ability. And to me, I feel like that's more important than anything. That's why I like his work. Like, it's so different. We haven't seen this before. He was a stuntman himself.
Yeah.
So he approaches directing as a stuntman. And I feel like it does the art justice. So I feel like he also has the artistic ability to direct, but also he understands that stunt work, it's a performance. And that movie was an action performance, man. And it was so good. It really is, man.
I would say this one thing about Chad. I was researching and looking up, his previous stuff. I saw that he was a stuntman for The Crow.
Yeah.
Which is scary. He could have got that stray.
Yep.
Could have caught that stray, man. So
that's crazy.
Literally.
Be in that type of situation and then watch his life propelled to where it is today from starting off in tragedy, because like that whole film set for The Crow, they were in shambles.
I could only imagine. Like, just imagine the lawsuit, like the wrongful death lawsuit, to that degree. Imagine how hefty that lump sum of money would be, bro. Like, it's just an unfortunate thing to happen, but I think Chad, like, he gets it, man. Like, he understands, you got to approach this with safety. You got to understand, like, that, part of this is performance, but it's also, it's art. And then you also have to pay attention to, your actors. Your actors also have to be martial artists. You have Donnie Yen in this movie. He's been in the game for almost 30 years.
Yep.
Like, he's been doing martial arts since before I even existed. So it's like, it's really cool. It's like the perfect ode to like all those old action films that we used to watch when I was a kid. Like,
exactly.
Jackie Chan, like all those guys, like, it's perfect. Yep. He even Scott Adkins was in this movie. Like, dude, that's a cool thing to have, like all those stuntmen acting to that degree.
So when I was watching this movie, what I got from it was, this is not spoilers, but there's a fight scene that's straight out of Hotline Miami. Anybody who's ever played that game, it uses the same camera angles and everything as Hotline Miami. I thought that was fantastic. I kept getting Punisher and Daredevil vibes from Donnie Yen and John Wick. So I was just like, okay, I like this relationship. Yeah. The pack scenes with the dog, that brings me back to old Xbox classic Dead to Rights with that dog Shadow. So I was in my feels watching this. I was like, oh, nostalgia over kick.
Facts,
I thoroughly enjoyed this film. And I really liked how the story was able to branch out and set up other sequels. Like, they left enough breadcrumbs for other characters to have sequels.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, you know what pisses me off? Like, I don't know if I heard this wrong, but is there a post credit scene?
Man, I left early, man. I hope not. I left.
Me too. I walked out.
Dude, I left early. But
yeah, it's on YouTube if you want to see it.
Yeah, I'll probably just watch it later. But the ending, it leaves off. It kind of leaves you puzzled, like what actually happened.
No spoilers, no spoilers.
Yeah, definitely no spoilers.
No spoilers.
When I was thinking about it, like, dude, is this really like how this is gonna go?
I love that though. I love it. Yeah. I love it. I mean, my thoughts on this movie.
They said
real quick. Let me
Kill Bill-esque story in this. There's like I'll talk about it in spoilers, but they set up like a Kill Bill type of story.
Yeah.
For another. Keanu Reeves set this up so nicely. He could sit back and just be executive producer for whatever they could do a TV series. They could do spin-off movies.
They are.
They're doing all these things. So he could just sit back and be executive producer from now on. The way he set up this franchise, he's set for life now.
He really is, dude. This might actually be the best quadrilogy to come out. Like,
quadrilogy. No, it is. It is. Yeah. It easily is. It's hard to pull off a trilogy, and they already did that. It wasn't perfect trilogy, but it was a successful trilogy in my eyes.
Yeah.
And to have part 4 be better than the trilogy that they just came before it is absolutely insane. In my opinion, John Wick 4 is an action film masterpiece. This is a roller coaster ride, and it's so good because the set pieces are at 10 out of 10. But in my opinion, the set pieces were outdone by the calm build-up scenes in between the set pieces.
Agreed.
The buttery, smooth dialogue that every actor got was bars. The globe trotting that they did in this movie was beautiful. The cinematography and the tribute to the noir with the hat over with the shadowing and the nice baki lighting with the bokeh, they call it, with the blue and the reds from the hotel and the club with the rain falling. The clarity of the fight cinematography where you could easily comprehend everything that was happening smoothly. We're so far removed now from like Transformers, where it's just looking like a jargled mess of a fight. Now you could clearly see the rolls, the jiu-jitsu, the nunchucks. You could clearly see everything. Even the guns that are sliding around on the floor, you could see where the gun is and how they got around to getting that gun to later use it. 10 out of 10 movie. Phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree. Justin, you're mute.
Yeah, you're muted. Yeah. But I gotta give it up to Shamir Anderson, Toronto's own. He did an amazing job as a creepy, unpredictable, highly intelligent opponent and a tracker. And his dog was super cute, just like John Wick in the first movie. Huh?
He's from Toronto?
Bop. Yeah. Scarborough man. Scarborough native, you know what I mean? Yeah, hell yeah. He puts on he did one last year. I'm definitely going to the next one. It's a tribute award show to Canadian artists. Black Canadian artists and Black people doing things in the industry of music, of acting, of anything. So I'm definitely going to be front row seats at that next showing that he does. Anybody, you guys want to talk? Go ahead.
Justin,
how you doing? You muted? Yeah, I want to check you out. Yeah, you're still muted.
Justin don't want to talk no more.
But yeah,
Justin said he's finished.
But I'll keep going while he's out. From the cinematography to the lighting to the choreographing, this action noir movie raises the bar on everything that it did in the other one, and it dives deep in the characters too. I think Keanu Reeves did a great job, but he was outshined by every other actor in this movie, and I think that's with reason.
Yeah,
and we'll talk about that in spoilers.
He makes everybody else look so good. Like,
yeah,
Guard looked really good.
Amazing villain.
R.I.P. Lance Reddick for what he was given. He was good.
Say something. I just heard a pop a little bit in there for you. So something you were doing was working. Can't hear you still. It might be the headphones. I think it's the auxiliary where it's plugged in. Oh, there we go. Hear you now.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. We hear you now. Yeah, perfect.
I had them backwards. I don't know why.
Yeah, so what did you guys think of the cinematography in this movie and the new neo-noir-esque style that they did to this?
You know what's crazy, man? Like, when I was watching this, like, first thing that came to mind, this is a Western. Like, this is a neo-Western. And from the beginning, like, the way it starts out, it's a Western. There's some, like, way that they shoot, like, the way they pull the guns out, it flips out. Like, that's a Western.
It paid beautiful tribute to Westerns, Kung Fu movies, James Bond with the cards. The beginning, the way the tone was set, where he was punching, and it was just like, boom, all hail the king, boom. It was just like they automatically had the whole crowd completely focused on the big screen. Nothing else, nothing mattered.
Until he said, "Yeah," that made me laugh.
yeah. I think Keanu is a good actor. I just think John Wick is an interesting character. Like, he really doesn't say that much. It's pretty like very short and concise, and he's about his business. So like I think that may be his character. And if Keanu is a bad actor, he definitely didn't. I couldn't tell. I honestly couldn't tell.
I can tell. I'm sorry, man.
Really?
But everybody around him is doing, like, they're acting.
They're doing most of the work.
Everybody's doing awesome. So he could just sit back and just, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a gun.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm gonna need a gun.
This movie has always had a level of cheesiness, and there's a thin fine line between cheesy and like cool dialogue, and he's always been on that like cheesy ever since the first John Wick. Like, I'm thinking I'm ready. Yeah, I think I'm ready. Like. That's so funny. It works, and for me, it worked because this is what it's been from the first one.
Yeah, like you already know what to expect if you've seen all the John Wicks. So like we already know what the tone is. Like we know who John is. It's a character. Like all he wants is redemption. Like that's pretty much it. He doesn't say much.
Revenge.
He just kills, man. he kills and revenge. So like it really does work for his character, and I feel like this was just like it was the last ride for him. And if the character, I mean, wherever he goes, like wherever the story goes, I think, you know, it really does go to a good conclusion. Or if they want to open it back up, they could definitely open it up however they want to. Another thing I wanted to point out, the action itself, like if you look at the fight scenes, the cuts are literally, they'll be like 10 seconds plus where it's just him going at it. Just like left,
that gives
right
it
hook, like
that gives shot. It so much more of a organic, real watching. Like you're walking in the park, you just see two guys just duking it out. Literally. You know what I mean? It gives that intensity, because when there's too many cuts in a scene, that's where it starts to be like, okay, it's fake. But I agree with you. It's sick. I love when they do that in movies.
And like examples that you could use for that, like if you look at the Dark Knight series, great action film. But Bale, he doesn't really fight like that.
Exactly.
He doesn't really do stunt coordination like that. And it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cut. But like with this movie, that stairwell scene, that Beautiful. Had to be like, dude, there was maybe like 10 seconds of him just choreographed, like him shooting this guy, like throwing people around. And man, just the way they sell the fights, it looks real. And you can't hate it whatsoever, man. Like the action.
I will say, there was a scene where he had nunchucks. He had me a little scared there. It reminded me of myself in college. I was like, yo, he might hit himself in the face, my guy. Looking kind of scared.
Dude, it reminds me of like the Bruce Lee movies where like he would do the nunchucks and it would just be one continuous like whole cut where it's just him just like going at it, like him doing like all the like martial art poses and everything. Like that was perfect.
Bruce Lee is my favorite of all time, and like seeing Keanu with the nunchucks and fighting reminded me of Bruce Lee's old movies where he was doing that type of stuff too, and it felt like it was paying tribute to that.
It really was.
This movie goes hard, man. This is. People have a problem with the bullets flying and so many people getting killed in this movie. That's what this is. Yeah, it's like they explain everything in this universe is ridiculous. Yes, but that's what in this universe. Till he starts flying and floating through walls and stuff, then I'll be like, okay, they took it too far. But they're still in the world that they created, so it works.
He was falling from like 8 stories, and
still alive. I need that suit right now, bro. If I ever get jumped, bro, I'm gonna need that suit.
I need that.
Yeah,
suit.
Like literally.
You guys want to transition into spoilers and give our final? I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Dude, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because I mean I've never seen Perfect before. I don't know what that looks like, but this is damn near close.
Yeah, I give this an absolute masterpiece. Go check this out in theaters right away. If you love action movies, like action movies, or want to see something fun on the screen, just make sure you use the washroom before or wear a diaper. It's up to you. I ain't judging.
Long movie, bro.
Movie. The plot of this movie is simple. It's a revenge redemption plot. But in this movie, they ask an important question of when is it enough? And is it hurting other people? When is it enough? You know, if it's hurting the people around you, friendship. Let's get into the spoilers, man. Let's get into spoilers.
I think he faked his death. I think
that definitely could have been possible. Because at least, I mean, they said they would shoot the movie like it was 2 different. If they're going to shoot 4 or 5 back to back. So if that's the case, then we have another film that's definitely going to come out.
Absolutely.
So I mean, yeah, like he could be alive. He could very well be alive.
I think they took the best things from Fast and the Furious, kept it on that line of too crazy and too realistic, boring, and they're treading that line perfectly right now. They're gonna make the ballerina movie. They're gonna make the hotel movie or Continental show, and if those pop successfully, we're gonna get another movie with those characters, that collective together in a movie.
Yeah,
and John Wick will pop up in that movie, and it will blow the fucking roof off that theater. You know what I mean? When he's just like, "Yeah, I think I'm back," and it's like, "Oh shit, he's back!" But if we're like, "Yeah, John Wick's here, he's still alive," you know, it's boring. But the way they're trying to set this up, it's gonna make it pop even more when we get John Wick 5 and it's secretly called something else.
A potential sequel. So Halle Berry's character, that's a potential spinoff. The black guy, the tracker, they set him up nicely for a spinoff.
He's a young John Wick.
Yeah, he's like a
basically,
he's on the come up,
dude.
The
Japanese girl where her dad died.
Akira.
That's a Kill Bill story. Like she could train and finally go after Johnny Yen. Like in the future, they could set
Kane.
that up. Yeah, they could set that up for something beautiful, or maybe have Donnie Yen's daughter fight her. Like, they're setting up something nice right there.
Back to back, man. Back to back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, one thing that really tripped me up is Bill Skarsgård's character, man. Like, obviously at the end they have the duel, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't challenge John Wick. He gets Kane as the nomination. So it's like you're the big bad, right? But you're kind of a bitch. Like you're kind of a hoe. Like you're running from John Wick.
It's villainous shit though. It's like the markers of a villain, like a hero villain type of story. Like the villain always like tries to push somebody in the way of danger.
Oh yeah.
He's an evolution. Skarsgård's character to me is an evolution of the first bad guy, like bad guy, where he's like he's a thug, he's doing this, but this guy's like on a different level. He's smarter, he's more diabolical, he's more character. He could see people and break them down. He plays the politics well, but at the end of the day, he's still a spoiled little brat like the original bad guy. And his ego gets the best of him. Yeah, so that's what I thought was so genius about this bad guy in this movie. And the twist that they did, it was good. It was very good.
That caught me off guard. That honestly caught me off guard. Yeah. But at the ending, like it's all three of when they have the duel and Kane, he's shot and John Wick is shot, he's bleeding out and he doesn't shoot. And then he shoots the marquee. Like that to me was like, what the fuck just happened? Like what actually just happened? And then he just falls to the ground. Like, I was like, oh my God, what just happened?
Even where they shoot each other, they're shooting each other in like the shoulder pad. The arms, like they're not shooting each other in the heart. These are like the most accurate assassins, legendary on the planet in the universe. You know what I mean? And they're shooting each other in places where it could be left to be survival.
No vital organs they're trying to shoot.
Yeah, they could have shot the heart, they could have shot the lung. You know, they were shooting like low under the like little peaks and going straight through. I thought that was genius choreography by the both of them in the movie to trick us, the audience who doesn't know better. You know what I mean? That was genius. They did a great job.
It was strategic, man, and I like that about the story.
Yeah.
What I also liked is that, you know, at the end, the stairwell scene where he's just fighting off 20, 30 people, like getting his ass beat, and he makes it to the top, gets kicked down, goes all the way down, has to go back up. And then it's Kane who like helps him, brings him back up, and then they go on to start the duel. Like that was a beautiful scene, bro.
Yeah, that was gangster.
That was pretty gangster. And then nobody.
That was Goku and Vegeta. That's Vegeta coming in like, I'm the one who gets to kill you. Get up. You know what I mean? Get up, Kakarot.
Literally, and then Kane comes, or nobody comes in. He starts shooting people, and like, bro, it's just like all three of them start going off and popping off, and it's like amazing action, bro. It's some of the best stuff
and put all that stuff in Power. Watch.
We're gonna get Meech rolling down stairwells.
Big Meech, bro. Big Meech, bro. That's funny.
Watch this movie and go nuts.
Hey, all good. Do your thing, 50. I'm loving it. Dude. But no, that scene was heartbreaking. It reminded me of the fight scene that he had with Common, where they rolled down the stairs. Like they did a lot of things that they did from older movies, but on a grander scale in this movie.
For sure.
Yeah.
Is Common's character dead? Has that been confirmed? I just remember him on the.
I don't remember. I got to watch the trilogy again. I just remember flashbacks.
Did they ever confirm that his character died, or?
I don't know. I got to watch back.
No.
What was your favorite? What was your favorite set piece in this movie?
Man, I'd have to say that scene where it's the scene with Scott Adkins was amazing. Where it's like the club and like the waterfalls are everywhere.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
I felt like that was pretty cool. But my favorite scene was when he was inside that abandoned house, and you could see the camera angle from the bird's eye view.
Yeah,
like he's coming in and he's basically like quick scoping everybody.
Yeah,
and it was just beautiful, bro. He's pushing people through windows, like he's just racking up bodies, bro.
That's what the fire bullets, right? The ones that they cut, the fire bullets. Yeah, that was beautiful.
That's beautiful, my favorite scene as well. They pulled that from Hotline Miami.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That was
I liked.
Those were shotguns, right? I think those were shotguns.
Yeah. And they cut the bullets a certain way to make them blow up like that, I guess.
Oh my God, bro.
I know you can do that in Call of Duty now. You can get those bullets in Call of Duty, so that's why it's
insane.
Yeah. I like the car. Insane. The car scene was dope too. The car in France when they're going around the spot in France, that
kind of rotunda thing.
Yeah. And it had people driving trying to hit him. I was like, this is insane. Dude, this is insane. Like
there was one part where like he was driving and the car door comes off, right?
Yep.
And he's on the wheel and he sees a gun on the floor.
And you see the gun on the floor clearly, right? Yeah. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah. And he's drifting and he grabs the gun while he's drifting and like, pow, pow, like starts like.
You should have heard the crowd when that part happened, when you could see the gun and you see him look at the gun and while driving, the crowd's like, oh, no. And then when he gets it, the whole crowd's just like, oh. Because they're like letting you see what's gonna happen. You know, like the directing on this was beautiful.
They lay it down.
Yeah,
and like
the lighting, they learned from the old movies, because the old movie part 2 was a bit too dark. The shotgun in the cave scene. They learned a lot from the mistakes they made in the other movies, and really, really did a great job with this one with lighting and being able to read everything. Yeah,
it's amazing, man. I loved it. Honestly,
what I got from this movie is what I want from Blade. So
agreed.
That's what I want.
Agreed, man.
Disappointed with the Blade.
Every action movie. This is the bar now. Every action movie needs to like take notes from this and go towards their product with this type of love, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like Chad, I feel like Chad Stahelski definitely has a love for just stunt work in general. Yeah. And like come from where he came from, like he was trained by one of Bruce Lee's right hand mans. So like he was training with what's his name? I forget his name. I think his name was Dan Inosanto. So he's like Bruce Lee's homeboy. Okay. And he also had a relationship with Brandon Lee, who was Bruce Lee's son.
Yeah.
So like he has close connections to his idol who he looked up to when he was a kid. Bruce Lee was like his ideal like person. Like he was the man he wanted to be. So like he's basically doing what Bruce is doing now, and he's setting the bar a lot higher. So it's this movie, I feel like it was an ode not just to Bruce Lee, but like Asian culture and everything like that, but it's also an ode to just, you know, the art of, you know, stunt work and stunt choreography, and they really do value it, and they show it through just, you know, the cuts, the scenes, all that stuff, cinematography, all that stuff is important. And it makes the movie so much better, man. Like John Wick 1, when it came out, we have this film festival in Austin, Texas. It came out in Fantastic Fest, and it was a smaller film. Obviously, Keanu Reeves is a big actor, but no one expected it to be this big franchise that it is now. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of crazy that like it's grown to this length, and every time the movies outdo themselves. They outdo themselves every single time. So it really is a relief to see good movies like this, man, especially action movies. Because like if you look at the action movies back then, shoot 'em ups were not this. They weren't this complicated. It was just Arnold, Sylvester, shoot people up, blow things up, say shitty lines, and that was it. And it was cool.
They were good. They were good back then, though. Arnold was a killer back then. Definitely. Jackie Chan was a beast back then too, with his team, his stunt choreography team. I think stunt choreography needs to be in the Oscars some way, somehow. They got to be giving an award to that, because this movie just did. Yeah.
Yeah, best set performance or best action performance, something like that.
Yeah, we need to get that in the Oscars.
For sure. That has to be like one of the categories. I feel like they should definitely push for that in the future. But yeah. This is the top tier, man. Like this is what you should be. This is the bar.
This is the bar. This is the bar. That's what they should have called this. John Wick 4. This is the bar. Yeah. You know, like, because it's a long movie, but it's worth it. Because I think about what set pieces could have been cut out and what could have been left in to get the time down a bit to maybe 2 hours and 10 minutes instead of 2:45, 2:50. And I can't think of anything that I would want out of this.
Yeah, all of it is very important. Like him going to Japan, him at the Osaka Russia International or whatever it's called. Like that was really important. Him in Russia going back to his original clan, like that was important. Like all that stuff was needed to make the story make sense. So you couldn't. I mean, there's not a better way he could have done it.
So I was looking at the director's like future projects that he has coming out. I see that that there's Rainbow Six.
Dude, with Michael B. Jordan.
We got Highlander.
Just really think about that. Rainbow Six, you got Michael B. Jordan. Just imagine if they brought in what's that brother's name? From that Jack Ryan show. He played Mr. Fantastic in the Doctor Strange film.
John something is his
Krasinski, name. Joseph Krasinski, man. Like, just imagine if those two were in that show or whatever it is. If it was a movie, like, just imagine how good it could be. Like, come on, man. And Michael B. Jordan has the athletic ability to, do all those stunt work, like do all that stuff. He's young, so like he definitely could make that a full-on franchise if he wanted to. So
yeah, and Tom Clancy is a brilliant writer. So if they just take that writing and make it a proper script, they got something very, very special.
Get you a good writer, director, all that stuff.
Yeah. Back to this movie though. Do you think Ian McShane, Winston's character, is Keanu Reeves, John Wick's dad? Because he was like, my son, he had the tattoo.
Fergan dad, pretty much.
Yeah, he was alluding to that. I mean, he might have been. I always thought that I thought that he was always Russian. Like, he was just a Russian orphan. That was really it. But if it's true, maybe it was just he was his adopted son. That's probably what it was.
It's a Yondu type of situation, like Yondu and Star-Lord. That's how I look at it.
Me too.
Okay.
Like I always thought he was just like, they were close. Like, John was his like adopted son. So I mean, that's kind of how it is.
You don't shoot your son off the roof.
Hey, I don't know. Caribbean parents be kind of crazy out here.
You're not lying. You never met my parents.
He was like, I know I'm not gonna kill him. It's gonna hurt him a little.
Some West Indian parents stuff right there.
And before we continue on, we got to say RIP to Lance Reddick.
Facts, man. He's a legend, bro. He was a really good actor.
Yes.
The Wire.
The Wire? Yeah, The Wire, man.
What else? He was in other shows too. He had an amazing voice, like a very deep voice, which is like
he was a voice actor in Destiny. He was in
That's right.
He was in Horizon Zero Dawn also, and Horizon Part 2.
Oh yeah.
He's done a lot. I got his stuff here, but it's real sad what happened. RIP. He was in Bosch, Fringe, Resident Evil. He did a lot of work, and he had a lot more coming too. So it's really sad. Died at a young age of 60.
60's young. I don't care what anyone says.
In this time and age.
Old.
Yeah.
Facts. People live longer than that. People live up to 90. Like he could have had like 30 years on his life, man. But it's unfortunate. Yeah. It's sad. It is what it is. Like, I hate that it happened like this.
All right, Justin, let people know where they can reach you before we wrap this up.
Absolutely. JustHuge net on all platforms. You can also hit up my link tree. I can definitely put that in the comments and send it to you guys if you guys can put that in there too.
Yeah.
But TikTok, Instagram. If TikTok does get banned, you can catch me everywhere else. Really depends. But
TikTok looking real shaky right now.
I'm saying, man. I'm saying.
And people aren't even getting the views that they usually get either. So
exactly.
That was a topic I wanted to bring up on the show, but we could talk about that after if you guys want, or wrap it.
For sure.
But,
we can
that
talk
TikTok
about
thing's
it later.
crazy.
We can talk about it. But man, that's pretty much it. Really appreciate you guys inviting me. Sorry for being
of course
on Color People time. You know what happens. But I appreciate that, man.
Anytime. You want to touch on that TikTok subject real quick, or
let's do it.
All right, let's do it, man. You're the TikTok guy. I'm new to the platform. I'm still figuring it out.
Me too. I'm extremely new to this thing, and I'm learning it as I go.
So it really is unfortunate, man. Like TikTok, I've been on the app for like 3 years now, right? Mm-hmm. And I never thought I'd get this big, bro. I never thought I'd do things like this. I never even thought I'd be on social media to this degree. But I started posting videos. It started becoming a thing, and I enjoy doing it. I don't care what people say. Like, I don't really get attached to the likes and all that stuff. I really just care about like sharing things with people, and that's really what my platform is about. Having discourse and discussions. And I feel like for them to ban it, there's ulterior motives. It's not as simple as people are making it out to be.
Yeah.
This is an app that no other social media platform can compete with.
That's it.
And that's the problem. Like,
yep.
What app has short content, live streams, content that's very short and concise, It's very explains everything in a very like condensed way. Like no one else is doing that. Why do you think YouTube started Shorts? Why do you think Instagram started Reels? Because TikTok was performing so well, and it really just shows that because these apps can't compete, Congress is really going like to all these links just to ban it. When they can't compete, like they'll find something to do with the app just to get it out of here. And
because it's not American, right? So
exactly, it's not American. It's an app that's owned overseas. We have Google. Like a lot of the senators that were trying to ban this, they have stock in Google, they have stock in Facebook, Meta, all that stuff. So it shows that there's not necessarily an issue in terms of like the type of content, and I don't think that data privacy is really the issue right now. I think it's just the competition, and that's a problem. And you got, because
they're all stealing our data. They're all stealing our data,
and they're selling it. They're selling it.
Yeah, that's it.
So like, what the hell? Like, there's really no difference. They're just trying to seem like they're trying to create this narrative that TikTok is this detrimental app. When if you really look at it, man, like Instagram and YouTube, Facebook, these apps have had horrible content moderation for years. And I'm not singling out YouTube. I'm just saying like there's some things on these other apps that are pretty detrimental to like young kids' health. They're definitely talking. I was watching the hearing, and one of the senators was talking about a challenge that a kid did, and they passed away. And when you really look at it, a lot of these challenges, they start on Twitter and they start on Facebook. Yeah. So they're everywhere. The challenges are everywhere. And it's not just TikTok's fault. It's also, the parents' fault who let their kids go on these apps and let their kids basically experiment with everything. Like it's an issue that should be solved through all platforms, not just one.
I completely agree. Like I see the toxicity with social media with content creators. I see people like screw each other over. They're doing anything they can, just
ruining people's careers. Like
so they can make it to a Marvel premiere, even though they're not getting paid. They get to the Marvel premiere.
I'm saying, man,
to get to it. I seen a content creator talk about unaliving themselves just because they didn't.
Jesus Christ!
They didn't get invited to Black Panther 2. I'm just
Are you serious?
Serious,
bruh. I'm just having fun, bro. I'm just living life.
That's how I am.
That's how you got to do it.
I've seen people like, oh, you're worried. You just did this because you're worried about the metrics and the this. I'm like, what? This is just shits and giggles.
I'm saying.
It's not that serious. And I see that like the mental decline in people who are constantly on social media, who don't know how to unplug and
exactly.
Agreed, man. I feel like you gotta have a couple days off.
Exactly.
And I try my hardest not to watch other people's content, but like it's kind of counterintuitive because I want to connect with people. So like that's kind of part of it. But like you do have to limit yourself. Even the owner says his kid is not on social media. Like a lot of these CEOs who own these platforms, they're not on social media like that. They actually engage with people in real life, and it really does show that like this stuff, it's not essential, but it does help us build relationships, help us, find opportunities. That's what TikTok has done for me. I got invited to premieres. I got invited to a film festival where I saw some Oscar-winning films.
Awesome.
So it's interesting. It really is interesting. But
at the same time, it is the new cigarette, but it does open many doors that you can't just do from being in your room. Creates a soapbox for us to be able to project our thoughts to other people that are like-minded, which is a beautiful thing. The Instagram, Facebook, they can't compete. YouTube, they put a ceiling on us artistically with copyright infringements for using songs, different ceilings they put on people. So with TikTok, I noticed like DJs can do mixes fully on there. Game streaming, you could stream with whatever music playing in the background. You could talk about whatever you want, as deep into the conspiracy you want to go, as Tartarian as you want to get. TikTok just lets you do whatever you want, which is dangerous. But at the same time, if you have good social construct of people who build you up or surrounding you, you'll be fine. But a lot of people don't have that, unfortunately. And just like cigarettes, you'll get addicted and you'll be trapped by a market that's not in your favor. But I do like it. I love where it's going, and I don't think TikTok's stopping anytime soon.
I don't think you can't stop it, man. You just can't.
No.
And I think TikTok is like anything else. It's like money. Like
it's in the world.
Not literally. Like it amplifies
I know what you mean.
things. It amplifies the things that you already are about. Mm-hmm. So like if you're a person that's very judgmental, we can see that. Yep. We can see that when you post. If you're a person that's, a little bit kinder and, you have things that you do behind the scenes, we don't see that. We see what you're trying to be on camera. So like people should definitely be aware of that. They should be aware of, people's images and what they do behind closed doors. And I feel like that should be a priority. That should certainly be a priority.
Absolutely. I think Instagram, Facebook, they need to step up their game on including both Facebook and Instagram together better. Like right now it's kind of there, but it's not as good as it could be.
Agree.
For other people that want to jump into it, because it seems like there's good numbers in doing Facebook right now over Instagram. Like they're trying to get people over there, but I don't know, man. TikTok is just killing. TikTok is killing.
I just feel like everything social media wise is manufactured from the followers. Like
I agree.
People with a lot of followers,
absolutely.
Lots of bots, what they push, what they don't want to push. Like I notice if I post or make things that are very like conscious or pro-black, I don't get a lot of views.
Of course.
But if I'm just, dicking around and saying stuff like the MCU's in shambles and just being toxic, I'm getting 175,000 views.
Literally. And that's a problem that exists on every single platform.
Exactly.
People, and that's just people in general, man. People want to see stuff that's sensationalized. They want to see crazy. They just want to see crazy people. We want to see a spectacle. And that's just the media. It's just the media in general. So I don't think it's something you can break. But it is something that you can stay away from as a creator. Like I feel like me personally, what I do is a lot more sustainable than just people that, post videos like that. That's just my opinion. Like I just post what I like. And I feel like because of that, my career on social media, whatever it is, whatever this turns into, I feel like it's going to be a lot longer than a lot of other people's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Because you're doing it because you love it and it's things that you like. I agree.
You're true authentic self. You're not doing a caricature of who you are. So
for sure.
It is what it is. Well, Justin, it was great having you. That concludes this episode of the Back and Now podcast.
Yes,
you
sir.
can reach us at the Back and Now BACCHANAL. You can email us at thebackandnowsquad@gmail.com. We got a website coming. And a couple other announcements coming in the future. So we'll keep you updated. Make sure follow, share, hit us up on whatever platform you can find us. Listen to us on whatever streaming app you want to use. If that's Google Play or if that's Anchor, SoundCloud for some of you that are still on there, Apple, what else? Spotify. We're there. Just search back and anything else, Casey?
That's it, man. That's it, man. Having a lovely day. Yeah. Mess with me on K to the Games on Twitch and also on the Back and Out podcast on YouTube. I'll be putting it there also for people to watch. I'm trying to get us to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Striving for right now by the end of April. So help us reach our goal. We want to put our stuff on there more and more and more. We want to put Akil's Amazing Reels on there. I want to put my stuff that I'm working on there. We want to repurpose that and brand it and make it bigger. So help us out. Get to that 1,000. Okay.
Yeah, I'll start posting more comments, man. People be stealing stuff, man. You ever I'll make a joke and put it on Twitter, and then I'll see somebody just repurpose that same joke like it was there.
For sure.
That's the game, though.
You got to be careful, man.
You just got to keep making and creating, and you got to be you just got to keep making and creating and moving forward.
But when you're creating, your joke is your bread and butter. So somebody can run with your food while you hungry.
Basically, man.
Oh yeah, even with DJing, when you make a mix, somebody can hear it and be like, "Oh shit, let me do that mix." You know, like
yeah, man.
It's the game, man. It's the game. Somebody can make a review. Somebody can just bullet point, take all the good points from the review and repurpose it. It's the game. You just got to keep creating.
Yeah,
so I'll do better with that, people. I'll do better.
Of course.
All right, y'all. It's Back in That Podcast.
Peace out.
Stay safe.
Right.
Peace.
JustHuge. Thank you again.
No problem, man.